Hi everyone, my name is Kagel. I'm program curator here at Transmediale, and together with Cara, I have been working on the open zone concept. Transmediale is a festival for art and digital culture. It has been around for more than 20 years, but in its current form, Transmediale exists since 10 years. It sprang out of a video festival and then more and more turned into a digital culture festival. And where Transmediale mainly focused a lot on digital arts over the last year, the festival transforms a little bit more into the hacktivist or activist scene and tries to embrace these new developments as well. Transmediale is led by artistic director Steven Kovacs and a team of curators, assistant curators, festival managers, and a whole bunch of other enthusiastic people helping behind the scenes to get the festival together. Transmediale takes place in February, from February 1 to 6, basically always every year by the beginning of February. You know, the effort of 1 year basically concentrates on these 6 days. The theme of this year's festival is responsibility. Internet used to be a free and open place. That is how we all got to know it in the late 90s. But it's increasingly becoming a private space. The idea of the open web, which was basically a system norm, is becoming more and more endangered, and there are more and more interests behind. The whole festival basically reflects on the question of what abilities people need in order to respond to this recombination process. The open zone is a model city, a model of a responsive city. That's the subtitle of our program. And if you look at the city, you have public streets, or you have different social territories that of course reflect the regulations of people living and working together. The open zone reflects on these different social territories and tries to showcase new and innovative, radical attempts of how people organize themselves these days. This is either, people from the hackers movement, political activists, but also people working on new revenue models for free culture projects, open knowledge, all the questions of how the Citizen 2.0 will live and work in the future. So we really try to show quite a broad account on how people are able to respond now and in the future.
We have Heath Bunting, who's coming from Bristol, the UK, to speak about his identity project. We're building him an office at the moment where he's going to put on sale the identities that he's created in little kind of boxes where you can get all of your identity cards. He's not giving you a house or a job, but you get all the paperwork to start a new life in the UK, which is a good start. We also have speakers such as Elizabeth Stark, who's working with the Open Video Alliance, and she will discuss why you can't cut and paste video like you can cut and paste text. Other people coming to speak about copyright. Michelle Thorne from Creative Commons, John Phillips and Barry Threw will be doing a presentation on shareism.
Simona Levy also.
Yeah, she's doing copyright consultancy.
Since you are talking about copyright regimes and all that, so we have Simona Levy as well. A lot of fighters for the open web, such as the Mozilla drumbeat people. Henrik Moltke, Mark Sherman will be there as a very special guest. Alan Gunn, well-known activist and fighter for the open web.
Yeah, he's going to be doing a panel with Marek Ciesinski from Tactical Tech. Right. And again, Michelle Thorne and Heath Bunting will be again in the panel.
Yeah, and other than that, we have people who have a more, let's say, artistic approach to the open web, such as Ursula Endlicher, who is launching her Interacticons work. This is really going to be exciting. She's trying to create an online archive of how people use the web, and we'll have a visual vocabulary about that, which is turned into a choreography and gets danced on Sunday night. So we're really excited about that. Yeah. Gabriel Shalom, Patricia Comarel from KS12 will basically run a documentation workstation where they will try to keep track of everything that is going to happen.
Yeah, and then if you take videos of the festival as well, you can take it to them and they can edit it into the documentary. And on the Sunday, there's going to be a rough cut of that video.
We should not forget our friends from the Open Design City.
Yeah.
The marketplace, let's say. That's also the subtitle of their work. Open Design eco-design city, make your own market. And I'm sure they're going to turn this place into a really noisy and funny and highly sociable marketplace.
This is where you can also learn to make things and then sell them in the space, or you could bring old things that you don't need anymore and upcycle them, or other people can use them, and just anything goes really in this space.
Yeah, maybe we should also mention Open Data Network, the Open Knowledge Foundation, Liquid Democracy, Daniel Dietrich, Christian Kreuz, Friedrich Lindenberg, Jonathan Gray. So all these people who are really working hard on utopias and notions of a digital democracy of tomorrow. And we're really excited to have them with us and to hear what they are all about. We have invited a very special person for a daily observer talk, and they will speak to the audience at between 8 and 9 o'clock, and will basically reflect on what they have seen throughout the day.
I really am looking forward to all of them, because we kind of the planning process of 6 months. You're kind of interested to see how everything is. But I'm really interested to see how Ursula's project looks.
Oh yeah?
Because I think the kind of project invites people to come along and record their own kind of movements for HTML tags. So I'm interested to see kind of what dances the public come up with.
The winner of the Open Web Award, which will be who will be announced on Saturday night during the award ceremony. And we definitely should not forget to mention the people from Compost Collective. With their Wanted and For Sale office, and I'm really curious to see that one, because in a way it's a continuation of the Wanted and For Sale that we did last year, which worked really well. And basically it's the idea of connecting people, and you search for a specific cultural service, but you offer one at the same time, so you can't just offer something without looking for it. So it's basically a reflection on the cultural market, also on the question of how to convert cultural value into economic value. I'm really curious to see all those transactions taking place. The title reflects on the web being a really sought-after resource. It used to be open, it used to be the system's norm, but more and more the web is turned into a private place, into a zone, or let's say into a whole cartography of zones. So this is something we are reflecting on. And open is in itself a highly problematic term, I find, because what does open mean? We have around 250 artists. They come from Indonesia, from Canada, the United States, all over Europe, Puerto Rico, Japan. It seems to me that this year we have a really full program, and probably the highest number of artists that have ever been invited to Transmediale. And of course we should also mention our sister festival, the Club Transmediale, which is dedicated to sound art and music. Club events are taking place mostly at night, when Transmediale, and especially the House of World Cultures, calms down a little bit. So then it's about time to gather fresh energies and go to the club. We would love Transmediale to be all over the world, but at this point it's a Berlin-based project, and it always used to be like that, which of course has to do with funding and other reasons. It's definitely a unique happening. Maybe there is the desire to create other Transmediales until now, but it's definitely not a franchise concept. I think it's totally rooted also in the city, and very much within the group of people who organize it. I just want to invite everyone to come over. There's no need to buy a ticket in order to get to the open zone. So this might be a good reason to drop by the House of World Cultures. Some other events, however, like performances and conference, are with ticket only. But the open zone is the entry point to the festival. And we invite everyone to join us.
Yeah, and if you want to print your own book, we have an on-demand printing service at the festival.
And many other surprises,
of other good things,
lots of other things, so just come along.